Brianne Nicholas gets us underway and puts the kick off a perfect 10 metres, but it's taken down by Pody Lane for New Zealand, straight away in the hands of Georgia Miller. Norston with the early chase, able to bring her down, but New Zealand quickly into their work and onto attack with Manaya Nuku, who throws an awkward ball, an awful ball for Felix Hotham. It's going to work out okay for Michaela Brake, though. Tries to bounce off a couple, set down apps. New Zealand lose ground after the restart. Hirini swings it wide for Miller, roaming in the wide channels, and she's got Waka on the switch with her footwork and that ability to weave her way through defences. That's a better ball from Nuku this time to Felix Hotham. Jasmine Felix Hotham almost ghosting through. Desperation. Defence from Canada. First Nicholas, then Isaac, and then though the support play from New Zealand. Up the track was Manaya Nuku, and she opens the scoring for New Zealand in the semi-final.
This Blackburn Sevens backline is lethal. First it was Felix Hotham with the initial break, and then look at Michaela Brake take this and her balance at the same time to be able to do this. Still be aware that the offload is there, and the support line for Manaya Nuku is supreme. The in and away and the 5 points.
Really finding her feet in this team now, Manaya Nuku, as Reese Pody Lane adds the conversion from wide. 7 points to 0. Fast start for New Zealand. A little bit of confusion between Isaac and Norston, and it was Pody Lane who just pounced on the loose ball. New Zealand hot onto attack again, and Felix Hotham, she is so quick. You just cannot hang off her. The way she can slice away from defences. Jasmine Felix Hotham, hard work in the middle. A second strike for New Zealand in quick succession.
Well, the restart was botched from Canada, and New Zealand pounced straight away. But look at Felix Hotham. Gets behind the ball. The defence is sitting on, there's 1-2 defenders, and she goes through a third. So disconnecting the Canadians' defence, and Felix Hotham makes them pay.
No trouble again for Pody Lane with the conversion. In New Zealand, they've flown out of the blocks in the semi-final, 14 points to 0.
Canada really need this ball right now. The comms have to be up and go to well again. New Zealand, the same spot as the last one.
Oh, Norston with a juggle, but it's just tidied up by Sabrina Poulan. It's fallen on New Zealand's side, though, and now, though, hacking ahead, and there'll be a foot race here, and Poulan has got good speed and great footy skills. Miller tracking with her. It's still there with Poulan, just keeping it on. It's cleverly done from the veteran. Oh, and then the last grasp. It spills from her hand. She did all but pick it up and score.
Oh, man, that was nearly something spectacular. The control from over 50 metres away. Georgia Miller is trying hard as she can, but because she was keeping the ball on the other side of Miller, she couldn't reach it, and just at the last moment, oh man, that's a shame.
Just got the legs in a tangle at that last second. What a great incursion, though, for Poulan. We'll see now if Canada can just put some pressure on New Zealand defensively here. Try and peg New Zealand back against their own goalpost. Felix Hotham just going to have to crash it out. There's a bit of physical stuff now. Miller, trouble here. Or Poulan, who put the big effort in on attack before, is now not going to be able to get anywhere near Georgia Miller. Norston chasing, Simons chasing. Miller's going to have to weave her way to the line. Flo Simons, that is brilliant. It may not necessarily stop the overall try here. New Zealand have got possession and players coming forward, but they've done brilliantly well, have Canada, to almost hold New Zealand out, but then just too many numbers in the end. Fractured defence, and it's Reese Pody Lane.
Oh, that is some yards from both teams. This is in front of New Zealand's own try line. Miller just gashes them through, and you thought, yep, she's gone from here, but the chase was fantastic. Coming back, oh, in the shadows of the try line, 5 metres out, that is desperation. And you're right, Ricky, they made them work hard, but in the end, the weight and numbers turns for New Zealand. That's Reese Pody Lane.
can't convert her own try this time, Reece Poldy-Lane, but New Zealand jump out now, 19 points to nil. 2 to go in the first half. Here's his season-leading point scorer, Reece Poldy-Lane. Simons brings down the kickoff. What an effort that was from Flo Simons, born and raised here in Hong Kong. Now Canada get a penalty. Try and get their game going with Fancy Bermuda. She's the one to add some impact and energy for them. The Olympic silver medalist. Out it comes for Nicholas. Trouble here. Poulan had Hirini the minute the ball was in her hand, and look how strong the New Zealand captain is. They'll be able to bring it away with Waka to rip it. Miller. So much time just to let that ball bounce up into the arms. New Zealand reset and go again. Hirini. Can't get through. Apps makes a good tackle. Norston trying to rip it, but they concede a penalty in Poldy-Lane. Oh, that's going to be, not quite in the right spot, which might have been lucky for Sabrina Poulan.
Oh yeah, she would have been gone because it wasn't anywhere near back to 10 metres, so that's a huge let-off. You don't need a yellow card in these situations. Hirini's going to call for the scrum. But look at this defence from Sarah Hirini in particular, the strength she shows. Look at that. Poulan trying to get her knees to the deck. And Reece Poldy-Lane realises the situation. That's the turnover, but great D from New Zealand. Feels like Michaela break time, I think, right now.
That's the direction of which the ball is travelling. It is in the hands of Michaela Brake, and there's a good bit of field for her to work in, but it's an excellent tackle made by who else? Flo Simons, who has plenty of tackles so far this weekend. Oh, she's not going to get near this one though. Miller again. She is a wholly unique player with a bag full of tricks, Georgia Miller, and she gets the final say before halftime.
Well, I think she's one of the best players in the world. Georgia Miller, the former Rugby of the year, can see the in and away from Stacey Waka, Georgia defender, and she just slices through. There's no way anyone was catching her on this occasion. Total dominance for New Zealand in this first half, and Georgia Miller gets their 4th score.
Poldy-Lane adds 2 more, and New Zealand go into the halftime break in the semi-final. Dominant, 26 points to nil. First half, they are dominating Canada in this first semi-final. 26-0, Canada with all the work in front of them. Poldy-Lane scoops the restart, and it lands straight in the breadbasket for Sarah Hirini, and just picking up where they left off. Oh, New Zealand. Felix Hotham, oh, the gap was almost there, and Haps made an important tackle. Nuku. Back it comes for Miller. Hirini again. Waka is going to size up the options. Chopping back and field with that wonderful footwork she possesses. Nuku again. Pointing everybody where they wanted to go. Felix Hotham throws a risky ball. It was there for Norston. Just couldn't quite grasp it, and that could spell trouble now for Canada. Waka stepping away from Isaac. Bermuda's coming across, but again, just too much numbers, too much support, and Felix Hotham gets a second.
Oh, could have been oh so different for Canada. Defensively, you want that long pass to come over. They read it brilliantly. It just didn't go to hand, but New Zealand just so aware. And especially the skipper, Sarah Hirini, gets it out to Waka, and we know this right foot step is absolutely lethal, and when she does that, she stepped right back into her support players, and Felix Hotham is the one who's going to get the double.
Well, you know there's trouble when there's still about 10 metres to the try line, and Stacey Waka's got a big smile on her face like that. 31 points to nil now. Valenzuela onto the field, Shalea Valenzuela for Canada, and she now, it's the physical prowess from New Zealand. Omakwale can't do anything to help Valenzuela here. There's Teneti, Hirini, Miller, they were all in there.
Sarah Hirini, again, just so good. This is the second time she's done this, held a player up and got a turnover. Look, she knew she wasn't going to get there to compete, but what she does is turn the player back to hers, and she gets some support. That is just heads up play from the skip.
Setefano it is, sorry, out there, and Felix Hotham puts it down. Mistake, probably the first she's made in this match, Jasmine Felix-Hotham. So Canada, hands on ball for Apps. Bermudez will stay with her in support. She can't control it either, so knock-ons both ways. Advantage was over though, and it comes to nothing for Canada.
Oh, I can see the frustration on Apps' body language there. They're trying to push now because they're so far behind. Such a highly skilled player. Apps, yeah, she's the heart of this team, no doubt about that.
Be frustrated. They were so close in that Olympic gold medal match, just 7 points, but haven't been able to get near New Zealand in this one.
Yeah, and that's the frustration. You don't mind losing, but when you lose without firing a shot and they haven't been allowed to, that's the disappointing thing, I'm sure, when they look back on this one. Still a long way to go, though.
Setefano comes around the corner for New Zealand. Mahina Paul, lots of fresh legs out there. It bounces kindly enough for break, but a little untidy for New Zealand. It certainly hasn't been perfect in every aspect, despite what the scoreline may suggest. And now Miller's put it down. Great pressure from Valenzuela to cause Miller just to have a little look.
Yeah, they've been willing on defence. A couple of times I've rushed up and stifled the New Zealand attack, and they've caused a couple of problems. As you spoke about, Ricky, hasn't been all their way, even though the score suggests different. They've had to work hard, New Zealand, but now an opportunity for Canada to build something.
Mahalia Robinson into the action to feed this scrum just on New Zealand's side of halfway. Options left and right here. It comes away for Carmen Isaac. She's got Simons in support. Flo Simons reaching high for the ball, and then a lovely wraparound from Isaac, gets the offload back her way, but Miller has ripped this out of the hands in the blink of an eye. So good on the ball. She does it. The ball's gone before you even know it's been stolen off you. Now Teneti in one way and the other, going to take it on herself. Perry's going to chase, but Kelsey Teneti gritting the teeth, pumping the legs and flying towards a solo try of some style.
She's just so explosive. There's Teneti, but it all started again from Georgia Miller, I think the best player at the moment in the world. She is just so good, gets it done on both sides of the ball. Look at Teneti in and away. Remember, she's a forward, and she will finish from deep.
Now she's one of a handful of players who, in the squad, who put their hands up, would like to be available for Rugby World Cup selection. Kelsey Teneti has played 3 test matches for the Black Ferns 15s team. Physical asset.
Oh, no doubt.
Many of these Canadian players too will be eyeing World Cup selection as well. Here's Maya Davis into the action for New Zealand. A luxury for Corey Sweeney with 2.5 to go. Able to roll the bench on here. Robinson comes away with it just flat and hard. Valenzuela. Bit of quick ball for Canada here. Perry. Nice pass for Isaac, who's been really good this weekend. Carmen Isaac. Bermudez, not in a tangle, but able to keep the ball away from Saeli, who had to go for it. Setefano it is this time, doing the hard work in the middle to turn over possession New Zealand's way, and then it goes forward.
Well, Teneti thought she was in for a double there, but there's just no respite, is there, for this Canadian team at the moment. New Zealand just hunting that ball. And the goal will be for them to just keep it to 0.
They've only conceded 5 tries this weekend. New Zealand's defence has been miserable. Robinson looking to create again for Perry, one of the Olympic silver medalists. Cut out ball for Isaac. She's got Setefano again. Massive work ethic. Teresa Setefano at number 10 for New Zealand. Bobbling ball for Valenzuela. Still working, still trying is Eden Kilgore for Canada. Omakule making her debut this weekend. New Zealand not giving them anything. They love pegging teams down in this area, forcing mistakes, putting on pressure. Canada have just got no route to get out of here. at all. Davis making the tackle this time, and the penalty, allowing Teneti to get in over the top, and away come New Zealand again. They want one more before this match is out, because Michaela Brake hasn't actually scored one in this match, and that's a rarity, and it ain't going to happen in this one. She does get on the score sheet right at the end, does Michaela Brake.
But again, on the other side of the ball, working hard, creating numbers. Davis gets over, allows Teneti to go straight on that pill. Look at that technique, absolutely brilliant to take the quick tap. And I was thinking the same thing as you. Michaela Brake without a try can't be, and it won't be.
Dominant in Hong Kong once again. New Zealand, they go through to the final. The two-time defending champions will have another chance to lift the trophy. 41 points to 0. They put Canada to the sword in the semi-final.